Hey y'all, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. You know, this is kind of unusual. I usually don't be on here on Saturday, but I felt the need to come on here because I got some stuff to talk about. I'm a social media influencer. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all know what I do. For those that don't, well, I do cover the news. I try to cover the news, what's out there, the viral news and all that kind of stuff. You know, and I enjoy doing it. I do it as a tarot reader. Even though I'm a psychic medium, I enjoy using my cards. Because that's the way that the spirits speak to me. I don't need my cards in order for the spirits to speak to me. But for entertainment, because I enjoy puzzles, honey, games, all of that. I enjoy it. So I enjoy them laying out the cards to where I can figure it out, what they trying to tell me, and then hearing it in the background too. So that's what I am. And, you know, coming into this, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my life, seeing how I'm being led and guided by God, and just seeing how he's been guiding me, how he's always been there. And me knowing he needed to be there. Even if it was a chance that I didn't ever get to think about God at all, he was going to make sure. Because the attack that I have been up under, he got a hold of me early though. You know, I grew up with walking around hearing angels. Now that we know what it is, hearing angels singing in my ear. See, here come the gnats. We used to, they be mad, honey. The gnats and the flies. It's summertime, but you know, that's another. But it all dawned on me what's been going on here recently. And yeah, I got major gifts. Major gifts. And this frustrates and upset a lot of people. And now, while back then, they got to make up that, you know, that little thing, Trina's crazy and all, she's weird and this and that, and why she don't never come around. Like, why you worried about me though? Why do I have to be at the functions? I'm busy living my own life. If I'm weird, trust and believe I thought the same thing about y'all. Because now that we see who the real weird ones are, like that. So guys, since I can't seem to move on in life comfortably and peacefully, with people wanting to, you know, for some reason, drag my name through the mud. And I don't get it. Because I know that I haven't done anything to anyone in this lifetime. The struggles that I have been through, trying to raise my children, fight with my mother, got a backstabbing sister, you know, kids that just don't get it. It's enough for anyone, trust and believe, to go crazy. That's what they really want me to be. See, it's not them though. It's Satan. I'm not looking, I don't care nothing about them. I don't. That's why I was so comfortable in walking away. I don't care about none of them. So, since I can't walk away, guys, and I would say that here just in this year, it's been a year since I've talked to them, any of them. Almost a year with a few of them, with a couple of them, not very many. Less than a year. But me walking away, I have walked away. I have not been around anybody in a long time. Over some years, y'all. And they still won't leave me alone. They still worried about what I've already had to grow up my whole life feeling like the black sheep of the family. Feeling like, dang, why I don't have that same bond with my mama? Being jealous of people who ain't even got nothing going on with their lives right to this very day. And their mom growing up to see that given their situation, they were cursed and it was stopped because that person, that individual came from a karmic mother. And the generation just can't go on, honey. And I'm saying it to this day. He tired of y'all karmic mothers. That's why y'all dying. Children getting left with the grandparents. He tired of y'all. And I'm here to say it. I just read up on one. And they said, oh no, but she was such a sweet. She couldn't have been for her and her mama to die. She couldn't have been. I needed to know the story, and the story was just right. Somebody was giving the account. But in that story, if you want to know about the story, leave it in the community post, comment somewhere, and we'll talk about it. But my thing is this. I know a karmic mother when I see it, because I came from one. And see, why they really so mad is because I didn't take on her ways all the way throughout my life. I needed to get it together. I didn't want to be like her. I prayed on my knees to not be like her, because I was finding myself like her. And I didn't want to be that angry. I didn't want to be that angry. And it got fixed along the way. Now, just as I was taught, I grew up in a home, no emotional love. There are no I love yous, no hugs, no none of that. No tucking in and none of that. It was just providing. Eating, making sure you got to school. That's how it went. And I can't, I'm not going to sit here and say that I wasn't raised properly because the affection wasn't there. She didn't do nothing wrong in providing. But maybe she wasn't taught, from what I understand, coming from an elder of the family. But no elder of mine, if I got more knowledge than she does. You this old, and y'all still don't see like I do. Make it make sense. So here it is, given all this that I got going on, I learned from my mama. I took care of my kids, even did more than what my mama did for me. At least for me, I did way more. Because see, the things that I didn't get to see as a kid, well, my kids got a chance. They can't never tell you that they never did anything, that we never did anything as a family. Because I was always wanting to show my kids stuff. I got pictures, so they never can sit here and tell you that they never did stuff, because what I didn't get to do and see as a child, I got to see that through my kids, having my kids. I got to enjoy my life over again through my kids, taking them to see places that maybe I wish I could have seen and just didn't get a chance to. Because still to this day, I'm in that moment, enjoying my life, wanting to get to do and see things that I haven't. And I'm to a point to where I'm getting too old, like I'm feeling delayed, not no more, because I feel like this is the breakthrough. While I keep thinking that it is, it never is, but this is it. Because y'all got to go, and for y'all to understand why I'm fixing to do what I'm fixing to do, because they don't want to leave me alone. They refuse to get out of my life. And I know who my oldest daughter, because I think I want to start with her. Yeah, I don't know. I want to start with her first, but she's the maddest. Because she has 3 children. And every taxi, we're going to get into it. You know, that's her only come up. She worked just long enough. You know, she real deep off in the world. Her own sisters have said how deep she is off in the world. And I believe it. I believe it. I've seen it. But she's mad at me for some reason, and she wants to blame me for her life. So knowing that we are spiritually gifted, really all of us, but she somehow tapped into hers, and she's that black witch that comes up against me. It's all coming together. She's my own daughter. My oldest daughter is the one that's sending black magic my way, because she's upset about her life and how I'm not going to let you control or manipulate me. And she's mad about it because I walk away too fast. I say, okay, bye. And she don't like that. Just like here it is, I'm getting her kids every weekend at one point. And this idiot messes it up for herself, believing someone else. Bye. And she continues to throw witchcraft my way. As I did something, I messed up. You sure did. Because it's all coming back. It makes sense to me why she's stuck. And she's going to forever be stuck. They all are. All of my kids are forever stuck. They get no more movement forward unless they going to get it right with God all the way. They going to be stuck in the world just like they are, because this is where they choose to be. They are the ones, the demons that Satan is using to come up against me. Want me to look like I'm doing something that I'm not. And you want me to be mad and argue back and forth with you. I don't have nobody to argue with. You're nobody to me. If I'm not arguing with God, if God ain't here and me, he ain't arguing in my, no, I don't have nobody to argue with. And I don't have to even argue with God, because all of my questions get answered. And all I got to do is ask. That's how that goes. And I get to see what he's done, because he's already shown me what he's been doing. And as he continues to prepare, as I sit right here, he's already, I don't know how many steps ahead of me. But trust and believe, I'm on my way. And I need to get all of this cleared so people can understand what the problem is in my family. While y'all want to go and make up all the lies, that's fine. But I need to be able to tell, which I don't even really care enough. But it's somebody out there saying, well, I need to, because I don't remember that. I need to hear her side, what she got to say. Because I'm not talking. Because I really don't care. But since they won't leave me alone, they keep watching. Instead of just enjoying the show, they want to be that thorn. They want to be Satan. Mad at me because I'm an older woman in the middle of the spectrum of life, and they want to throw their daggers their way and make it seem like I'm a karmic mother when, honey, I never have been in life. Do you understand me? My kids have heard me tell them I love you. We have been put into position, set up. We went to church, all of that. Bible study. Well, one of them didn't, the oldest one that's working that black magic on her own mother. Help me, y'all. Send it back her way, please. And thank you. All I need for you to do is say, send it back. Send it back to the daughter that's doing it. Just send it back. Yeah, go on and send that on back, because this is disturbing. She's upset with me because she want me to be. See, let me help y'all to understand why I know it ain't me. And it's sad that I have to even do this. I'm going to start off with this video. But we're going to talk more about it because I don't want to make it too long. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to do an audio. Not an audio, a video. Because I'm going to come on here and I'm going to talk to y'all. And this is going to be a video book. But I'm going to break it down. But I just wanted to come on here to prepare y'all for what's yet to come. As soon as I get situated, because that's what I'm doing, I'm continuing to move forward. I'm going to keep doing my thing. When I say I'm busy, y'all, that's why y'all see, like the videos ain't coming every day, because I'm in a situation of maneuvering, continuing on with life, because I'm not going to allow this to go on in my home. I can't. Because, see, there's no one else to get to me. And for her to act out like she did, something got to her, and it happens periodically, not often. And it just so happened to be the full moon. And my oldest daughter knows how to work black magic, because she does it, because her sisters, both of them, confirms that. I've even had to tell her, because see, her father, not her father, but her children's father, he's stuck. She has him stuck as well. He's stuck. And they can't seem to get it together. And he don't have no idea why. It's her. Throwing him in all the, bath rituals and stuff like that. Her sisters told me. Yet for 10 years, they always living with somebody. And I really feel sorry. I do. I really feel sorry for the children's father. I'm not going to call no names, but I feel sorry for him, because he comes across to me anyway, from what I can see. And I've been knowing him for, I ain't never seen nothing. He respectful, and he love his children. It's a good thing he there, y'all. It is. He's there for a reason. I'm just put it to you like that. But he's stuck. He's stuck with her. she's the karmic. And she's mad at me because I had to put her out of my home at the age of 16, because they don't seem to know the stories. So this is just like I guess maybe the prologue that they call the book, but we're going to start our book this way, just the prologuing, because what I want to do is I want to break down everybody that I walked away from and why I did, and why I choose to be alone and left alone, and why I enjoy my life. These are family matters. Okay? That's what we're going to call this video book. Family Matters. If you're interested in stuff, because I'm sure the stories that you're going to get during this, you can relate. I'm part of the collective. I am the collective. So somebody's got to come up against me. And my daughter's struggling like she is. Well, not so much around income tax time. But after that, she's stuck. She's never going, even I've laid out the pieces to what she can do, because the talent is there, but the world has her stuck. And she wants to keep throwing her daggers my way because she feels like I guess I didn't do enough in her life. That's what they all feel like. Well, that's what we're going to break down for you guys. My entire life with my children and the rest of my family members, and maybe even some more, so you can get a clear understanding about who I am, because maybe some of y'all are thinking, well, you had to have done something. Well, let's see. And we can start with my oldest daughter, okay? Because with her, I wanted to have her. She was my first. Happy, excited, staying with my mama. Built a little nursery in my room, ready for her to come. Went and put up the first layaway for her to come. I did. Excited to get it out and everything. Bring it home, look at all the little clothes. My first child. My grandmama, my mama, they weren't too happy. She ran when she found out. She ran and told my grandmama. And they wanted to. My grandmother even told me. She said, get rid of it. Go have an abortion. But I didn't want to. It's my first pregnancy. But I don't know why I didn't listen to my grandmother. I listened to her for everything else. And seeing how I know that she knew. But it would have came, everything's meant to be. But she wasn't happy. She said, go have an abortion. I didn't though. I was excited about my child. I was. Did everything right. Wasn't nothing that I was really doing anyway. I was 22 years old. Really have even experienced life good. Back and forth with her father. Fighting with him and stuff. Yet, I carried her for 9 months. Getting put out the house for no reason, just because they don't like me. Yeah, having to go from one demon's household. That's what it was. I was pregnant with my oldest, living with my mama. That was just perfect for her. Energy to feed off of. I'm pregnant, being put out. I never know what I do, because I've always wanted to be the one to keep the peace. But I guess it's just because I don't do it to their liking, maybe, or my response is not what they're looking for, or it's even if it's gonna be something because they're gonna make it up. But we'll talk about it, in their given time. But with my oldest daughter and carrying her, being put out by my mom, and then having to go stay with her father that's staying in the same apartment complex around the corner. I guess he's trying to be close to his child. I don't know. But God set it up because when I didn't have nowhere to go, then he was around the corner to where I'm getting put out, and maybe that's what it is. She saw it, go live with him. But I couldn't even live with him. I couldn't even do right over there. Wherever I go, I'm not able to do right by nobody. That's how it goes. That's how my life was going. So I'm pregnant with her, still carrying her, still want my child, and still trying to, make it happen. So I'm allowed back in the house. So, things are good because, of course, I got to be monitored. That's how I'm seeing it now. So when we get it together, me and her father, we venture off on our own, get our own place together. That's where I began to, have to fight with him. Being left with black eyes, busted lips. Not often, but a couple of times. But having to go to work and hide and lie about why I have a black eye. Talking to my mama on the phone. Telling her what's going on. She don't say get out of there or leave. It's entertainment for her. It's entertainment. She want me to go through what she went through, but she was deserving of everything that she went through because she drove my father crazy. But we'll get to her. Because I'm here, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm here to tell the truth about it all. And we're going to start today. We're going to start today on this lovely Saturday while I'm at peace. And I need for it to continue like that. And I'm not in the space to where I feel like it will continue. My peace will continue. But we're talking about my oldest daughter. I have 4 children. And we're talking about the oldest one, the firstborn. And the struggles that I endured carrying a child that I wanted. Here it is, me and her father. That's an abusive relationship. I'm not fixing to fight back and forth. Enough is enough. I'll leave. You gotta leave. Which he did. Because he was going to end up hurt. And I think that he saw that. And he comfortably left, taking his bed with him. This is what I'm dealing with. Men in my life. I need a bed to sleep on. I thought it was our bed, but I thought it was our stuff, but he paid for it. Go on, honey. If you don't think that I ain't slept on the floor before, just go. And that was the end of that. Yet he tried to come back. No, because I'm comfortable and at peace. No. And when they see that you are at peace, now they want to come and post up. And I invited him in to see. Nothing wasn't going to ever happen because when I say I was done, I was done. But his child is there. So he gets to see how I'm living now. She's being taken care of because I've always kept the place. A nice home. A very nice home for my children. Never in any type of filth have I ever kept my children. No type of neglect. Anybody can tell you that lived in the home, in my home, can tell you that I kept a very clean home. All the time. Okay? But my thing is this. Him seeing, thinking, oh, okay, no, you can't come back ever. He didn't try too long, but seeing, and he mad now because he can't come back with me. He's struggling, being set up by God. I see it all. Now that I look back, look at what you did to me. You got to pay. And then they want to come back, and when I say no, that's where they start throwing the daggers. So he don't have no choice but to move all the way back home to where his mama stay, 5 hours away. And mad at me. So now he's my devil. But he has his daughter. Y'all want to leave me here alone to do all the work and y'all do nothing? No. We made this together. You got to handle your responsibilities. And I was forcing that on him. I sure was. To the point to where he had to move all the way to Odessa with my oldest. So you can see what I'm going through. I did that. I sure did. You can be mad at that. But you was with your father for a short period of time before he finally realized he can't do it. And calling me, begging and pleading. I need to come and get her. Please come and get her. His own child. It was nobody else's child. It was his child. He got help, his mom, all that. And she wasn't that old. She wasn't that old. Maybe 2, 3. Because why I gotta force you, you say you're gonna do that, okay, I'm gonna come get her, but you don't want to come get her if it's things that you gotta do. But what if I'm planning on doing things while you got her? That's not fair to me. So it's been one time when I had something to do and it was my time to enjoy my time, because that's what we set up, remember? She probably don't remember going to his place. Even when we split, he got his own apartment. They got to stay close to me, honey. They ain't gonna never be too far. But he had a place close to where I could go and drop her off. And this particular day, he didn't want to open the door when it was his time. Them blinds was open. He could see. I so kindly set her over the patio door, over his patio, knocked on it, and saw when he came to see, I walked away. Just like that. Y'all not fixing to get to control my life. And that's what's been going on my entire life. You're not fixing to get to control my life because you want to make sure I'm not doing what you don't want me to do. That's how it goes in these men. They don't want to see you with nobody else, and that's what he was doing to control me. Especially if, I should have known better. Maybe if I would have thought, oh, it ain't no big deal. If you don't come get her, it don't matter. You the one don't want to see your child. If I would have played it that way, maybe he would have got her more often, and then he wouldn't have had that idea in his head that, well, she ain't doing nothing. She always got the kid. I can come, maybe I should have played it better instead of being more eager to have my time. But that's how it was played. Me and her. for 5 years. It was just her. Really not a whole lot of problems. Lovable child. Everybody loved her. She stayed cute. All that. Until she got older. Come to find out, I can't afford much because I'm trying to work as a single mother raising 4 kids. And then when they was younger, to where they weren't even in school, I had to be able to afford daycare, stuff like that. So just given the times, a single mother, not making no permanent job, really temp jobs, any job that I can find. I don't care how much it's paying. I'm going to work it just so I can provide. I even stepped out and started my own catering business but we'll get to it. But I've never been the type to want to sit on government assistance. So I always worked. And I only did what I could do. So I always tried to at least provide an apartment or a duplex with 2 spaces or 2 rooms. One for me and one for the kids. All of them. All 4 kids had their own room. All 4 kids shared a room. Okay, like that. And I made it as comfortable as I possibly could for them, even having, when my oldest one became of age, I can't afford her own room, but I made her own space to where she was sleeping in her own bed like that. Maybe she don't remember that. I don't think that she does, because she's too angry and probably has done enough drugs to just not be able to remember. Even remember talking to her, regardless of how young the other kids are, right there. Because Life Jennings just put this song out. And it was talking about, how these girls, just clearly just walking around being girls, until that one individual let them know, honey child, you more than a girl. Then they start smelling themselves. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. When that song came out, I needed to rush to my daughter, because she was around that age, maybe 10 or 11, to tell her about the birds and the bees in a way to where, you can't be so trusting. It was just in one ear and out the other, because she was eager to find out. She wanted to find out. And when she found out, she enjoyed it. And she became who she regrets today. See, I've never been that. I've never walked the streets or laid down for another. I've never sold my body or nothing like that. None of that. Never in life. And now that I think about it, maybe if I was smart enough, I should have, and just been more professional about it. Since that's what y'all want me to be. Since y'all want to do that anyway, maybe y'all would like me better if that's what I would have become, so I can teach y'all better how to do it, because you don't seem to be doing it right, because you're getting nowhere in doing it. And everything that my oldest child has encountered in life, everything that she's had to sacrifice in life, giving up herself the way that she's given up herself, she doesn't have not one thing to show for it, and wants to blame me, but don't remember how I carried her. Anybody can tell you. Maybe she needs to go and talk to some older individuals, and she knows it. But when it came to her disrespecting and disrupting my home, because see, I'm thinking that I could trust her, not knowing that she's really walking around my house high at 16. Walking into my home with hickeys all on her neck. And I'm supposed to let it go on. I'm not supposed to put her out. And I got 3 other kids to raise. And I'm already dealing with stuff in its own there. Make it make sense. She's supposed to stay. Help me make sense of it now. She's supposed to stay and corrupt the other children, right? Because I've come home early from work. See, I'm thinking she's a master manipulator. She puts on the persona. I'm teaching my daughter. I'm thinking that I'm teaching my daughter. I'm in there showing her how to do stuff. You know, I'm thinking that I'm really teaching them. And I am. But she's using it against me. Because while I'm talking to her, you know, letting her know, say, for instance, I got to work. She's 16 years old. I think that she has the wits. I think that she's smart enough at 16 years old. Because that's the way she seems to be. That's the language that she speaks to me around the house, as if she's really doing it. And see, I know that it's a cover-up. She's doing it and making it seem like everything is good because she stabbed me in the back when I walk away. I come home from work. I'm working overnight now. And I got it to a point where I feel like I can trust my oldest daughter to watch her siblings overnight. And it's not much that she has to do. They got to have everything done pretty much before I even go to bed. Go to work. Because it's almost time for them to go to bed. But you know how you learn what's really being done when you get older and they get older. They tell you stuff, and it's to be expected. We're kids. We're going to do stuff. But to know when I'm going to work at night and thinking that she got it and not want to listen to my neighbor, he's been trying to tell me, God rest his soul. I didn't have time to hear what he'd been trying to tell me because I was caught up with dealing with my estranged husband and wanting to be with him and trying to make it with him. Not even married to him yet, but that's who I wanted to be with. That's another cycle that's being brewed up for me to step into when I step out of another one. But I was missing all the signs. Trying to enjoy my life. You know, trying to have that person that you think, but we're going to talk about it on its own time. But I'm over there, my neighbor trying to tell me something. My daughter is slipping in and out of the house through the window at night if I'm there. He'd been trying to tell me that she's allowing people to come to my house while I'm at work. And that one day that he was like, I need to talk to you, I had the devil sitting in the car and had to go into the house for a quick minute to get something and forgot that the neighbor even wanted to talk to me. I had to find out on my own. But that's what it was. The neighbor wanted to let me know. Nice, friendly white couple that was there. And I had the nerve to be mean moving in. And I think I had a right. Because they're watching me move in but allowing their dog to poop on my grass. Like that's so disrespectful as I'm moving in. So yeah. But now that you know my energy, well, they felt the need to want to share that little bit of information with me, that my daughter was having boys in and out my home while I was going to work at night. Not even they knew, but of course they figured it out. They're nosy neighbors. We need them. We need them. But they didn't get to tell me. I had to see for myself, because I come in, I get off of work early. I don't even know why, but God knows. He knew. And I catch 3 boys with their pants hanging halfway down, running up out of my house, one of them in the refrigerator. They running out the back door. 3 of them. No shirt on, pants unbuckled and everything. The young ones in the back where they should be. The oldest one, y'all gotta know who it is. And I can only think what she was allowed. I know. Because she enjoyed, from what she happens to enjoy sex. She enjoys it. And she told me that out of her own mouth as a child. Now that she smelt her own drawers, got a taste, that's fine. But you got to get up out of minds. And when she neglected, because see, it was so set up, God always set us up. The school that she was going to, I could see it from where I was staying. Where the kids, the school that they was going to, they rode the bus. The bus dropped them off right to where she had to just stand there and wait for them for a few minutes. Because I'm sleeping in the daytime. But I'm thinking that I can trust her. This is all my fault. At 16, I'm thinking that I can trust her. At almost, an age, an adult, I'm thinking, and I'm teaching her. I've taught her how to, she knows how to cook because of me. Because I surely couldn't afford no fast food for all of us. Honey, we was hamburger helping it out. Okay? I upgraded to the Velveeta skillets and everything, to where I started figuring out how to make better, cheaper recipes. They ate. My kids ate. She knows how to cook because I showed her how, and especially hamburger helper. Even got her to the point to where she know how to fry chicken too. Chicken look better than mine's. But that's all she gonna ever be, is frying chicken. Because she can't do nothing else. She's stuck because of what she wanna blame me for. That's what you're dealing with. This is your karma for spreading lies, dear. You're a liar. We're talking about my oldest one. We're not going to call no names, but if family is watching, then y'all know. And it's the truth. And it's my truth. Go do something about it. This is my story. But when she missed that one day of picking my children up, just by her simply walking from school, stopping right there, it's a straight shot. She got to wait on her way home. She got to wait right there at the bus stop where they fixing to get dropped off at, and she didn't. And now I'm up wondering, because I don't hear nobody, where the kids at. I go, they right there. Nene didn't even pick them up today. As a matter of fact, I go to the door because they walked on their own, which is, it was a very short distance. It was. And, Tay wasn't too much, far behind. I'm going to, cut that out. But y'all know who Tay is. That's the one that I live here with. But no, we're not going to cut it out. I'm going to leave it. Because y'all know who Tay is. And y'all already know the situation with Tay. But we're going to go over Tay too. We're going over everybody. but just different videos. Because they're different stories, and they don't seem to understand their story. So now that you can go have something to go back and look at and reminisce and try to figure it out, because this is going to help you, honey, because this ain't nothing but the truth. I don't have no reason to lie. The struggles that y'all put me through, I don't have no reason to lie about this. And I surely don't have no reason to lie about why I've chose to walk away. Why I don't need no reason. I can walk away if I want to. I don't need no reason. But since y'all won't leave me alone, I gotta do this. So she missed picking the kids up at the door. Where's she at? I don't know. Okay. She showed up that day, that same day, with hickeys all on her neck. That was the day that she had to leave my house. She found her somewhere to stay. She went somewhere, and she wanted to live up on them. She begged and pleaded with them to live with them, the neighbors, because that's what she couldn't come back in my house. When I must have put, honey, that's when I put it down. She was disciplined that day, but she had to get out too. She had to get out, and that's when she got out. And I never allowed her to come back into my home where I was raising 3 other young children, because she's not setting the right example. It's all coming together. She done already been caught. In my house with 3 guys running out my back door, eating food out of my refrigerator. And I'm already struggling to feed them. They in my refrigerator. She leaves the kids at the bus stop, knowing that they're expecting her. And then she runs off with someone in college, to where I'm having to threaten him to leave my daughter alone, or I'm going to call the police. The same one that was giving her hickeys around her neck, all on her neck. She had to go. So when she didn't have nowhere else to go, well, that's when she went to stay with my grandmother, because she couldn't come back into my home around my kids. God know what he's doing. I'm not having that. And then they want to be mad at me because here it is, she's giving me the most grief in school. She's the one. They didn't graduate. None of them, except for Tay, the one that I've had. None of them graduated. If they got their GED, they got their GED, but they're all dropouts. Well, we'll get to the one we're talking about, the girls, because I understand that the boy has graduated. I'm not for sure. It's no concern of mine. I don't care. That's how honest I'm going to keep it. So I really don't know. It's only hearsay. But Tay graduated. The other 2, they didn't. They're dropouts. Okay? But we'll get to it. So here's the second time. Now, Nene, because we know who she is. We still stuck on struggling with her. A real struggle. And I thought I was getting rid of that one struggle twice. And it was just a foreshadowing. My grandmother wanted to take on the responsibility. And I get it. She just wanted some companionship. She just wanted to see if she still had it, and she still had it. But she raised, and I won't say raised, but she took on that responsibility of taking care of my oldest daughter during my toughest times. I say for about a year. She took on the responsibility of taking care of my oldest child when she was still in elementary. Had over there eating good and everything. But she did that for me. She allowed me to get back on my feet free of charge. She didn't, because she enjoyed that time. She was taking her to school and everything, picking her up, but that was keeping her going. I understand. I get it totally now. I do. And I'm glad that I could be there in that way. But knowing the grief that my oldest probably put my grandmother through, I can only imagine. My grandmama probably ain't even told me all the stories, because I'ma say it, but the oldest is a rotten seed. And not rotten and spoiled, not like that, like demonic. Because I could see she started at a young age, and it took me all the way back to where she was born with jaundice, which that's normal, that's common. But it sticks with me to this day, to when that's my dog, y'all. When they told me that I had to take her back because they had to do something, and they gave her these shots in her temples as an infant. Something's not right. Something's not right. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't know what it is, but it was to treat the jaundice. That's what they called me back in there for. And I've never heard, it's been a while. That's over some years ago, a long, long time ago. But treatments and everything and how they do stuff is totally different. Okay? But that's what they, they told me the procedure, and that's what they had to do. They didn't lie to me. They told me. But I'm so concerned about, my child being okay. I allowed them to do this. It was to treat the jaundice. And I can't say that I don't know if that's what it was or not, but still to this day, I wonder if that's what it really was. Because that for on an infant to have to use, that's so like, ooh. Yeah. So with that, guys, she stayed with my grandmother. My grandmother took care of her for a year. She almost burnt down my grandmother's house. Used to, and she's a child, I get it, but she used to do devilish things, and she was just a busybody. So now she's back in my home, growing up, becoming a teenager, and that's where we're up to date, to where she got to get out again. She didn't have to get out before. My grandmother wanted to take on the responsibility. And even though she said, well, you just go on and do, I'll take care of it. It was really like that. Because I had another place and lived with her for some. My grandmother, I could always depend on her. And I never depended on her too much, because I always wanted to be able to go back when I needed to. So I never burned my bridge with her. I didn't. Like that. But given she's back for the second time, she's running up and down the streets in a well-known hood where my grandmother was staying. Comfortable hood. I must say, I live over there right now. But it just got worse. because now she has access to just go walking off. She's already smelt herself. She's learning, let's just say. And her favorite hangout was the recreation center. She was always there. I'm thinking, okay, still not, until I got whiff. And then she decides to hook up with my cousin's daughter. Now, I'm not even judging my cousin's daughter. I'm judging my cousin. Because, see, my cousin has always been in competition with me. But we'll get to it individually. But my cousin recommends that my daughter come and stay with her. And she allows it, given everything that she got going on. She allows my daughter. I'm telling you, I'm calling everybody's phone, and they know it. Leaving voicemails and everything. And we're going to get to everybody. This is going to be a complete story, so you can get it. Go on and follow. Because this is what they want me to do. I got to tell you my life now, because we can't wait on the book. And a video book is great. Who's doing it? So you can see whether or not I'm lying. Look me right in my eyes, honey. So my cousin, who's always been in competition with me, and her goal, she's been set up. She wants to see me fail. She's trying so hard to stay on top of what I'm doing when it comes to relationships and all of that kind of stuff. They want to be me so bad. But they want to see the kids fail first. My kids anyway. So if she can get my child in her grasp and see what she got going on, so she can be Channel 4 News, who I've always called her to be. She like that. That's making her day. Because they need information on me, and trust and believe in my daughter, because that's my name attached there. So they don't see what my daughter is doing. They see what I'm doing. So when they talking about it, they got to make sure that it's known that that's Trina's daughter. Like that. It needs to be some type of reputation on my name throughout my entire life. And that's where it started. Because now my daughter, she's hooked up with, while they want to monitor my kids and think that they got their claws in my life. Well, my oldest daughter actually learned the game from her child. The strip club game, all that, the prostitution, I learned it that way. I don't know so much as the prostitution part, but when she went to live with Channel 4 News, that's where it started to be shown. My daughter started working in the strip clubs and everything, because Channel 4 News' daughter was teaching her the ropes, had her in and out of that industry. Okay, I don't know if she was her. I know that my oldest daughter was doing it. I don't know what her daughter was. I don't know what she was doing, but she definitely introduced her to the game. Okay, we're not holding nothing back. God know what he doing. And now they Channel 4 News want to hide the fact that she got a son running around here with his mind is gone from that K2. We gonna keep it cute, but we gonna talk about them on their own time. And I said them, because it can come in groups too, baby. This is my book. Enjoy. You ask for it, you got it. So now that they got their hooks, and my oldest daughter, she's living with them, doing her thing and all that kind of stuff, seeing her come up until Channel 4 News, her husband, decides to try to, try my daughter. by physically assaulting her sexually. And my daughter comes to me because now she's not living with them. She's doing her own thing. But you know, she walking around her fine, looking good and all that kind of stuff. And see, Channel 4 News, her husband is already a creep. He's a creep. He married her. Channel 4 News. He got her pregnant at an early age. She was 16 when she got pregnant. He was 22. He's a creep. So he molests kids. He likes young girls. So he touched my daughter between her legs. She was 19. 19 years old. She came and told me, but she didn't want me to tell nobody. She didn't want me to say nothing. I called immediately. No, mama, please don't say, but you can't say. She wanted to tell somebody. She told the right person. Because it was going to get out, and it got out. But y'all want to know the messed up part about it? He was still able to attend family functions. My family didn't see nothing wrong with him touching my 19-year-old daughter. And these words came out of her mouth. Telling me. And then Channel 4 News, they never come and tell me that he did it. Which we know that he did it. Because he's tried to get to me, honey, so many times. And his wife knows it. That's why she tried to go after mine. And he told you, honey, if you don't get on out the... Because you're not even attractive and you've never been in your younger days, but it's been a long time coming. Trust and believe, honey. So don't be mad at me because my beautiful remains, but this is what y'all wanted. You tried me long enough. We talking about everybody, but in their own individual time. Like that. You're a part of it. You're a part of the story. You played a part. So she feels some type of way knowing that her husband truly got one for me. But he can't have me. So he goes and touch on my daughter, the closest thing to me. It was meant for him to get caught. God know what he doing. So now that it's all over, I had to fight with my own family. My sister. I got 2 sisters. One of them I had to fight with. Verbally. Because she didn't understand my thought process and why he should not be around. And no, he should not be invited to family functions. They didn't understand that. They want to argue with me. They want to argue with me. Her and my mother. We had to call not nobody that I know, because I told her, call your friend. We had to call one of her friends, because this is how mental people are. Because my sister didn't see nothing wrong with it. Him still being invited. Even though that's my cousin's husband, he still, I don't care. He shouldn't be invited. And for a long time, he didn't come around. He didn't. But to this function, you know, he came because, see, he only came because he knew just as well as they knew I didn't want him there. And I felt like he shouldn't have been there. But he was there, y'all, after the incident. A holiday function. He was there knowing, my family knowing what has taken place. He's there. They want to see what I was going to do. I think I showed them what I even spoke to him. How you doing? And that was it. And went on about my business. They wanted me to pop off, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen because that's the family that I come from. They like drama. They like drama, and they think that they know how to set it up, and they think that they know how to set up drama surrounding me, but you all are some sorry losers because look who wins. You look foolish because you're getting talked about, and if they know you, sorry, they know you. But this is my story, and you the one decided to come up against me. So I decided, I just can't. Because her friend had to tell her, yeah, that's wrong. Her own friend had to let her know that that's wrong. Y'all, 111. I'm going to stop right here so I can let my dog out. Because that's a cry he got to use because he did just, eating stuff. I'm going to stop right here. And we're going to come back with part 2. And yeah, this is perfect because I don't want it to go too long anyway. So I'll be back, y'all.